So I was contacted by a company. Are they just Zolly? Yeah, Zolly Makes. I don't know. They sent me the Palette Scout. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I briefly looked at it online and I was like, oh, okay, it's playing with color. I'm okay with that. I'll play with some color. I did not understand from just looking at things online what exactly this is. So they offered to send it to me and I said, yeah, bring it on. And so let's break it open. So I have no idea. It's something about like, it'll help you build your own color palettes, almost like a challenge. I don't know if it gives you the actual colors or what. Let me get all this plastic off. So I thought it was really interesting. If you want to go look at what it is, it's at zollymakes.com. I think this actually originated with fiber artists like crocheters and knitters, because they're always looking for good color combos as well, right? So they probably found me from all the Color Cube stuff, since I've used that extensively in the last year. So, okay, it looks like, okay, there's like a guide. Okay, I'm just gonna open up the card. Okay, here we go. I have no idea if these are different. What this, I think they're all just this, okay, I'll set these aside. I don't entirely know what all the cards mean yet. So let's look at the guide. Okay, 3 ways to use Scout. They call it Palette Scout. Number 1, follow the steps in this booklet to create your own palettes using color theory. That's fun. Explore color with the challenge cards, or take out your cards and play. Okay, so I think it's kind of like, it has like each card has a different color on it. Let's see here. Okay, hue. There are 18 hues or base colors in the deck. Each hue is represented by a triangle, square, or circle and named in alphabetical order. I have no idea. This is like reading the instructions to like one of those board games. Whenever my husband and I are playing board games and it's a new game, we read through the instructions and he's like totally comprehending everything. So, yeah, okay, I know how to play. And I'm like, that went completely over my head. I don't know how to play at all. I don't know how to play until we played it once through. So maybe that's how this will be. Together, all 18 make up the color wheel. Okay, value. Each hue contains 5 values. Okay, well, I'm just looking at this card right here. Palette Ideas, Amber. Okay, so I'm looking through these cards. Looks like, okay, these must be the 18 colors. Okay, that makes sense. And then, okay, Palette Ideas. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's saying like, if we look at this ibis color, here are the different intensities and the different tones. And it also tells us it's a circle. And then if you turn it over, Palette Ideas, it's telling you to find another circle. You're going to do monochrome, find another circle, but like with pink. Okay, all right. Oh, and here is like a little cheat sheet. To reset the, okay, getting too complicated here. Okay, right now we're just looking at value. Okay, each value contains, or each hue contains 5 values shown as 1 through 5 above. Okay, so for example, the values 1 through 5. 3 is always the base color, so like the middle color. Okay, so you start with the middle shade, but then it gives you 2 shades that are darker, 2 values I should say, and 2 values that are lighter. Okay, 1 and 2 are shades, meaning they have black added. 4 and 5 are tints, meaning they have white added. Well, this is great. It's giving us some good vocabulary, right? To help us talk about colors a little bit more accurately. Okay, and then we have intensity. Each value is available in 2 intensities, a pure intensity and a tone. Okay, so it's not just one half rather, it's like this full bar. Pure intensities are used for cheerful, vivid palettes. So over here, much more pure color. Tones have gray added and are used for muted or solemn palettes. Okay, all right. I'm picking up what they're putting down. Okay. Color terms, color wheel, a circle of pure hues that show how each hue relates to each other. So that would be these 18 colors, or hues as they're calling them, and it's the number 3 on each one of the cards. That's what creates this color wheel. Okay. Hue, the dominant color family of a particular color. Value, the lightness or darkness of a color. Intensity is the brightness of the color. Tint is white added. Hue is black added. Tone is gray added. And proportionality, how much of each color is used. Okay. All right. How to make color palettes. This is what we want here. Okay. Here we go. How to make color palettes. All colors for this hue. Palette combination ideas. Okay, so that's the back side that we were looking at, right? So it has your palette ideas. Each hue starts with the above card. Use this as your key to make your own palettes. Here we'll explore a complementary pairing color. Okay, so we'll just find this. Let's find the orange. I guess this is not called just orange. Kind of looks like this color. Ember? Or is it Daylily? I think it looks like Ember. Okay. Make your first color palette. So if we turn this one over, it says for a complement, we use blue squares. So looking for a square. Oh, first of all, yeah, it's a square. So this is a square. That's kind of cool. So when they're complementary colors, their shapes match. That's kind of cool. Okay. To create a complementary color palette, lay out all 5 orange square cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ember. Oh, and they're all named. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm getting it now. So it also goes by, you can get their color name, and then these are the 5 different like tints and shades. Okay, there we go. There's our 5. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so then it says, lay out all the orange square cards and all 5 blue square cards. Okay, so now blue is Neptune. So we are looking for, we just want all the ones that are labeled Neptune 1 through 5. Okay, here we go. Here's our 1 through 5 Neptune. Okay. All right. And then I think these are the more grayed out ones. Yeah, here are the bright ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now it says, select at least 3 of the cards to create your palette. Tip, put your cards on a white surface to see most clearly. I could select 3. Well, I kind of like the really, really bright orange. How about more of a navy? And then this looks a little too light to me, but how about this one? That could be kind of fun. Use a range of values. Wait, am I picking 5? Oh, at least 3. Okay. All right. So if I'm picking more than that, I would probably do like, I like that. That's kind of pretty. A little bit of a white background. There we go. That's kind of a cool color palette. I think I almost want to swap out this though. Yeah, that's cool. A complementary color palette. That's kind of fun. Use a range of values. So I did that. Incorporate tones. Palette as all tones. Palettes with brights and tones. Okay, so it's saying you can like use some of the toned colors on the back if you want. Ooh, that's pretty. Doesn't that just change the whole feel of it? That's really pretty. I'm gonna get these back in order. That just changes it. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is giving me like fall vibes now. So I wouldn't normally gravitate to orange and blue. So this is kind of fun. Okay. These are giving me like denim vibes. How fun is that? Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. And now I kind of want to add like a dark brown. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. 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 What is this company called again? Zolly. Zolly, I am... Okay, this is fun. If anything, this is just a fun little exercise. Wow. Okay. So that was saying incorporate tone, so that was fun. Palette types. Okay. And this also, it looks like it kind of correlates with the back of each pure color card. It gives you like, hey, these are the shapes and colors you need to pull. So if you were going to do like a split complement, you would pull out all 5 cards. So you'd have 15 colors to pull from. Wow, that's kind of cool. Okay. Anywhere from 3 to 5, they're saying. Use 3 to 5 colors. Okay. Complementary, used for a high energy, bright designs. Monochrome, used for clean and simple design. So monochrome's like you're doing just the same, you know, shape or whatever. Analogous pairings are close on the color wheel, used for calm and soothing designs. Split complement, and then triadic. How fun is that? Okay. All right. So we just did this first way to use it. Follow the steps in this booklet to create your own palettes using color theory. So let's try another one. I'm going to put these cards back into the deck. So let's pick one of these colors. Ooh, turn that back over. Okay, Ibis is like a magenta, which is one of my most used colors. Like this jewel and Ibis, I always use those together. It looks kind of like picked raspberry and seedless preserves, right? So let's try Ibis. And what does it say on the back? Okay, we've got analogous. That's kind of like, that's my jam. Split complement, that would be really cute too. Or triadic. I love all of these. They're all so good. I'm kind of feeling analogous. So let's try analogous. So the triangle red, the circle magenta, and here we go. Here's our little cheat sheet for which one it is. So we need garnet, Ibis, and kohlrabi. I'm just gonna go find this all. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. Okay. Ooh, I love these two together. And then let's try this one. I want like a lighter shade, but not like too crazy. Ooh, no, that's like orangey. It's giving orange vibes. Let's put that and maybe try this one. I don't know, I kind of like the purple more. We'll do that. Do we want a red? This red is like throwing me off. I wouldn't normally put it in with this, but okay. And then, yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's try a mixture. We'll do a toned back one. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, that's pretty. I feel better about that when they're toned. So let's turn these over. Okay, all right. Maybe I'll take that out and put this in. Ooh, okay. Okay, how do we feel about that? That's pretty. If I turn these over, what does it look like? Wow, that's a little crazy for me, but this looks nice. I almost think I want to swap out this one for this. I've basically got all Ibis and then like a purple and like a lighter red, which, you know, I think is kind of pretty. This is still, I'm not vibing with that yet, but let's try putting that one back and do the darker garnet and add in this other Ibis. Ooh, those are kind of the same tones though. That's interesting. It's kind of a little bit of a more sophisticated palette because you've got like this like under layer of a little bit of a warmth to this one. And you've got like the more red shades, but then you've got this like cool tone of purple in there. That's kind of cool. This was a challenge for me. I think, if anything, it'll push me out of my comfort zone. I mean, I think especially as crafters, we can really get in a rut with the types of color palettes we're using. You know, like you don't really venture out from that. So that's an interesting little exercise. Let's try one more with Ibis as the main color. Maybe let's try Triadic. I think that could be really, really interesting. And look at that for like a little bit of an earthy tone. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Zolly. I am already impressed with this. Kind of like, it's gamifying color theory. It's so fun. Okay. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Maybe we'll make it be a little bit more ocean themed this time. I'm just feeling like I want to do some interesting combos here. Oh, those are all kind of the same. Let's try a darker one. Ooh, that's pretty. And then maybe another carrot. Okay, so I guess this turned out to be more of a carrot heavy one. But that combo is really pretty. Okay. Oh, wow. It's so much brighter on the other side. Wow. That's so cool. Like the pure intensities on this side are so much brighter, but I'm loving this. What a gorgeous color palette. Okay, my initial thoughts on this portion of working with these Palette Scout cards. I love that it sort of narrows down what colors to pick from. You're not like picking from a whole spectrum of, 60 colors or whatever. You're actually starting with a little bit of structure. The game-loving person in me loves that challenge. I think that's really kind of cool. Okay, like that would make a really fun color palette. Okay, all right. I kind of want to like save this one. Okay, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna set it aside. Another way it says, explore a color with the challenge cards. Okay, so here's the challenge cards. All right, pick your least favorite color in the deck. Make a split complement color palette with it. Does it change how you feel about this color when you see it combined with others? That is a really good question. Okay. All right, I have to change. I'm going to pick my least favorite. Well, that green scares me. So we're gonna set that aside. This is an interesting, one too. I just happen to be looking at all the toned sides. Do they? Oh, okay. Here's how they indicate the toned side versus the saturated side. They put a dot on the tones. Oh, that makes sense. Hello. They've already told us this. Pure intensities are tones with the dot. So what I should do is go through and make sure all of these cards are showing the correct side. I really should do that. Okay. So I'm just going through. I'm not looking for specific colors right now. I'm just making sure. Okay, so we need to turn those amber ones over. We're staying with the bright side right now. Okay. All right. Until I get to Neptune. Those are wrong. Okay. Okay, so looking at the brights that do not have the dot. Yeah, pine scares me. Because that is such a bright green. I just don't use that color often at all. Oh, look how hibiscus is. That's so pretty. Pine in a dark shade. Okay, yeah, it's just this really bright one. I'm going to just pull the rest of those pines out because we're going to need it. Should we just stick with that? We'll do pine. And I'm going to try to force myself to use that really, really bright version. So it says, make a split complement. Okay. So I'm going to come through here. I'm going to find pine. There we go. Here's our little cheat sheet. So it says for pine, a split complement. Oh no, this is going to be like Christmas. Okay, so We need flame and hibiscus. Well, I said I loved hibiscus. So here we go. I'm going to use the bright side just because I think it might help us a little bit. Oh, that middle tone hibiscus is so pretty. Okay, and then we've got flame. I would never put these two colors together. Like, they're too close. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh dear. Oh, yikes. Okay, so pine. This is the challenge, to use this color. I feel like seeing this green like assaults my eyes. Just this particular green, like more greens that have a little more yellow to it or a little more blue, like going in either direction. I love greens. It's this particular green. In fact, I even love these other ones around it. It's just that bright green. The number 3 green. I don't know what it is. I guess you could also, like the brightest yellow, like that amber color. I don't know that I would go for that either, but maybe it's just like the really, really bright, true colors that I just cannot see in my head. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I feel like those two are really going to compete with each other. So do I need to just take this one out? Maybe. But then I don't have any flame in there. All right, so maybe we put that back in, take this green out. Oh, yikes. No, it needs that friend in there. It needs a friend. Maybe I just do a step. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's better. Oh, okay. Okay, I can kind of get on board with this. That's not bad. Okay. It took me a while to get there, but I got there. So it says, does it change how you feel about this color when you see it combined with others? Oh, and there's challenges on both sides, by the way. I don't know that it changes how I feel about it because it was very hard to get to this particular palette that I was comfortable with. So I don't know if I feel any different about it because it is still difficult for me to use it. I think it only confirmed what I always felt about it. I don't know that that's a, I don't know that there's an incorrect or correct answer for this, but that's what I'm sticking to. Okay, and then we've got all these pines in there. Okay, all right, should we do one more challenge? Well, first of all, if you go back to this, it says the third way to use it is to just take out your cards and play. So you're just like spreading them out and like picking colors out. So that's kind of like full freedom. And I think that's almost kind of even like the ultimate challenge. And I think in a way, it also takes away some of the challenge. You know what I mean? Like some of the challenge is that there are restrictions on what you can combine. I think that's part of the challenge. When you can just lay them all out and do whatever you want with it, I think that can be a little overwhelming, you know? So I don't know that I want to do that particular way of using the cards right now. I think that's almost like too hard. But the Explorer Color with Challenge cards, I think that is really intriguing. So let's see what another challenge. This is, okay, here we go. Take out all of the base triangle 3 cards. Can you separate them out into 3 complementary pairings? Hint, you should have 6 cards total and 3 pairs of 2. Interesting, okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to steal my ocean one from over there. Okay, we're looking for triangles. Oh no, that was the one I just did. Crap. Oh, there's another one. Triangle, 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 triangle. There's another one. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's making me want to like barf a little bit. This is definitely a challenge. Oh my gosh. Oh my word, these colors are so bad. This is definitely a challenge. Okay, is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. can you separate them into 3 complementary pairings? Okay, so you're not making a combo, you're just doing complementary pairings. So you've got red and green, which are complementary. You've got yellow and purple right there, and then orange and blue. Okay, we have Christmas, we have Halloween, and we have summer. Those are my themes. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. You're not making a full palette. You're just testing your knowledge of what a complementary color would be. So that's not so bad. Okay, well that was really fun. And now I kind of want to, need to put them back in their perspective, like groupings, because I want to keep them together. So that's cool. All right. How fun is that? Okay. I am still loving this color palette. So in the brights, it's cute, but I think I like it with the toned shades more. I think it's so pretty. So I'm gonna make a card using these colors. And I think the easiest way to do that would probably to mix colors with watercolor. I'm gonna put these away just to keep them safe. How fun is this? I think Palette Scout would be such a fun gift for people who are crafters, no matter the craft. Like, as I said, like the people who were behind this, I think originally they were making this for fiber artists. So people who use yarn or other fibers for their art. So how cool is that? All right, let's do something with this color palette. I've picked out these couple of products. These are some stamps that I designed for Simon Says Stamp back in 2023. I think this came out maybe right before Christmas or whatever, because I remember I used this stamp in particular for a Christmas card. So these are some really toned colors that kind of make me think of fall. So I think that could be really interesting. I'm trying to decide if I want to color. Yeah, let's go ahead and, well, we won't use the background stamp because I've used that before. So we'll use this one, and maybe I'll just stamp all of the flowers and then we can die cut them. A sheet of watercolor paper. I'm using Fabriano Artistico Extra White. We've got these 3 browns. The closest to carrot, I think it's the top one. Fallen Leaves. A little stamp. Okay. I think I will do my Mission Gold, Magellan Mission Gold paints. I think that works well. Okay, so here's my swatch chart with all of my watercolors. And I have a little bit of that watercolor paper that I used before that I cut my flower out of. I'll use this for testing. And let's start with the carrot color, which I think is pretty close over here to this color right up here. I don't see this color as much. There's just like some darker spots over here and maybe right here. Kind of like a lesser color, kind of more secondary, but not bad. And I'm thinking having it cut smaller will give me the opportunity to have some of the flowers like hanging off the edge, which I think could be really cool looking. So I'm thinking maybe like this size. Yeah. I think I'll do one of these. How about just a little note to say I'm thinking about you. Just trying to get that as straight as possible that I can tell anyway. And then the ink I used before, so it matches the flowers, was VersaFine Claire Fallen Leaves. And I don't want the very dainty lines of the font to squish out, so I'm going to be very gentle, and I can just stamp multiple times if needed. Yeah, it's a little rough, so I'm going to stamp multiple times. I'm not pressing too hard. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Kind of get that little centered as much as I can. And then this one's going to have one foam square as well. I'll tuck that one underneath. And then this one, let's go right up there, but these are like a little bit thinner foam squares. So I'm going to use these so I can tuck under this flower up here. Okay, just right up there. Ta-da! There's my finished card. All right, so here is the finished card for today. I love how that turned out. Once again, my color combo is this right here. Such a fun interpretation. These cards, once again, are from the Zolly Palette Scout. I'll have it linked down below, so you can go check it out. It's also at zollymakes.com. So fun, and a big thanks to Zolly for sending these to me. It's a nice way to just challenge yourself with color. So fun. And I think how they've described the colors also helps with like giving you some clues on how to mix those colors. I think that works really well. One thing I wanted to say, like in comparison to like the other color palette aid that I've used in the last year, which is the Color Cube, the Palette Scout differs in that it's all about building your own palettes. They don't like spoon feed you the palettes at all. I love Color Cube because it's a little bit more like out of the gate. You can just like pick a palette, you know what it looks like. But I do find there's a little bit more creativity involved in using the Palette Scout. It has a little bit more of, it's like gamifying, picking out your colors, which is really fun. I think, as I predicted at the very beginning, that for most, I don't think you'll really kind of understand the methodology behind Palette Scout until you've really used it yourself or you see it in use. They have a lot of explanation in their little start guide or their quick guide. But as I said, when I'm playing games, like I have to get into the first round of the game before I really understand it. And that, rang true for using the Palette Scout as well. I didn't really understand all the nuances of it until I got really deep into it. I think there's a little bit more of a learning curve when it comes to using the Palette Scout as opposed to something like the Color Cube. But I also find that it has a little bit more of an expansive aspect to it, that it can really be whatever you want it to be, which is kind of great. So I love both systems, both color palette aids, for different reasons. And I could see if Palette Scout wanted to expand their color cards even more, they could add some additional colors. They might even have them already. I have no clue. But their initial box of the Palette Scout is really, really cool. Anyway, thanks for joining me today for this kind of review of the Palette Scout from Zolly, plus some color mixing and watercoloring. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you all in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.